Hello guys, welcome back to another vlog and a video in the life of James. Today coming a new vlog, and I've got a parcel today, as you can tell by the thumbnail and title. This is not an unboxing, but it is an unboxing of the Mac Mini. Now, I've been overhauling my Mac setup recently. I've got myself a new screen. The iMac has been sold. Potentially going to be selling my MacBook Pro. I'm really overhauling it, but at the moment, as I've said, I've sold my iMac. I want something that's more of a, plug and play rather than, having an iMac. The iMac was great, but you can't use the iMac screen just as a screen. Now, if I could do that, I wouldn't have sold the iMac. I wouldn't have got this Mac Mini at all because the iMac was perfect for what I needed. But as I say, I want something that I can plug my work laptop in with USB-C and then it just works, and then take it out at the end of the work day, obviously, plug my Mac in and then kaboom. But I mean, everyone doesn't need these things, but my current workflow, I do actually have a always on Mac. I have a server and I like to have my files always available. And what I was doing my iMac a lot of the time was kind of using my MacBook when I was like downstairs. I'd like go in on the iMac, you can see the screen, share the screen, kind of remotely access the Mac and do what I needed to do and then jump out. But the iMac would always stay on. So this is going to be that replacement really in terms of a sleeper machine. And this is the Mac Mini. Look at it. So cool. So yeah, I've got this. It's just been delivered now this morning. And as I say, I've had a pretty busy day today work-wise. But now it's come at 11:45. So great time for lunch. So the Mac Mini then. It's Apple's newest computer, and I've actually picked up the Mac Mini with the 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is now a standard, which is amazing. And also I have 256 gigabyte SSD because I don't use SSDs with this. I actually plug this drive into it. So this is a 1 terabyte SSD, which has all my files on it and stuff. So I don't actually need storage on the Mac. As I say, this is not really a computer I use to like edit or anything like that. I mean, I do sometimes, but yes, I like new Apple Day, especially when I open things that, I'm going to keep this. This is a replacement to something I've had previously. My iMac. Sold that on eBay last week. But I'm still like, you just kind of sell something on eBay. You're a bit like, I don't want to spend the funds straight away just in case somebody makes a complaint. I mean, now, it's been a couple of days now, so hopefully nothing comes of it. But here it is, though. Here is the Mac Mini itself. It's literally so small. How can I... Oh, you go. AirPods. That's the AirPods Pro. It's literally tiny. Oh my god. What else we got? Okay, iPad Mini. Look at that. That is unbelievable. It is just a little bit shorter than the width of an iPad Mini. Amazing. Also got Apple Watch there, so you can kind of see the size and all that. So it's a very small desktop, don't get me wrong. Yeah, so we'll just put this to the side. So light. Inside the box, I think all we get is a power cable, really. I think that's all you get. You don't get any, it's one of the negatives, really, but it is cheaper. Let's just check there. We haven't got no stickers. I think Apple's removed stickers now from their products, and you know what? It's fine. Let's be real, who actually uses the stickers, People will just forget about them and move on. So the power cable here is actually braided. Feels pretty premium, to be honest. You'd expect it, though. This retails for £600 here in the UK, which is a fantastic deal. It actually had a price decrease because it was $650 before, but they've reduced the price, I guess, based on the value of the pound or whatever. This cable here is, as you can see, can I focus on it? It's braided. You can see there, it's braided. It's got like a little texture to it, and there's the power in it, so really good. So the Mac Mini itself, how can I actually do this to show you guys? But I'll put it there. So there's the Mac Mini. We've got this little thing here to pull around. Oh, look at this. Now, the best way to think about this is it's very similar to an Apple TV. If you pull that there, and then we pull this all off, and then at the front. Amazing. That's just the sticky stuff that it comes with. I actually keep all this because, when I packed my iMac up and sold it, I actually used all of the iMac stuff and repacked it how Apple would have, and then the person who obviously bought it off me, they actually had the chance to open it as if it was a brand new Apple product. And I like that because, it's part of the experience, isn't it? Back on the, here it is, the Mac Mini then. You can see we've got 2 ports at the front. These are just USB-C, I believe, at the front. And then we've got a headphone jack, which is nice to have. A little light there, I guess, which tells you when it's on, so the little I/O light there. Nothing on that side. nothing on the other side. And then on the back, then we do get the power cable, a Ethernet port, HDMI, as well as 3 Thunderbolts. So the 3 Thunderbolts on the back, and there's 2 USB-Cs on the front. That's what I believe it is. Yeah. So yeah, this basically, as I say, will power up and be that machine. I bought a new screen recently as well, which I'll show you in a bit. I had an amazing deal on that. But yeah, on the bottom though, we do get, as you can see, Mac Mini embossed in there, and the power button is on the bottom. Yes, people have been saying about this, that the power button's on the bottom, but as I say, it always stays on for me, so it's never really going to be a problem. But if you want to do the power, you kind of have to lift the machine up to press the button there, to then turn it on. So it is a bit of an annoyance if you do turn your computer on and off, I'm not going to lie, but realistically, Macs, they're so power efficient, people don't turn them off. So there it is, opening that. That was amazing. I actually have an Apple TV here that I've got to show you guys a comparison of the size, because, as I say, it's very similar in size. It's being used in that way in comparison. So you can see there, that's the... that is wild, isn't it? Look at that. Absolutely nuts. It actually does feel now that the Mac Mini is actually mini. Same with like the iPad. It just feels like these things are mini. Part of me wishes they made a mini phone again, because yeah, people do like the mini stuff, you know, they just do. So one thing I haven't yet done, so firstly I need to put all this stuff away. But one thing I haven't yet done actually is sorted the desk out, because, well, it's just like a bomb has hit this desk, to be honest. And I've just got stuff everywhere, but it's just been one of those things. This room is just slowly getting there, and I'm evolving it in time. I am needing to wait to set this up though, because I don't actually have a keyboard right now. I sold my, obviously, keyboard and Magic Mouse with the previous machine. I kept my trackpad, however. This is just the Lightning one. I'm not basically paying to upgrade this for the sake of this. So yeah, I'm gonna use this with this, but I haven't got a keyboard to actually use. I could use my Windows one, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait. I've actually got a keyboard coming shortly. It's gonna get delivered. So what I'm gonna do is I'll set up what's gonna happen, and then we'll turn it on later on in terms of, you know, yeah. So this is the current setup right now. As you can see, I've just got the one cable going into here, which is a Thunderbolt cable, and then I've got my MacBook, and then above this, then I've got the LG. This is the LG Ultrafine display. Actually came out a long time ago. It is a 4K panel. If I zoom in, you can kind of see. It is very crispy. Looks awesome, like exactly the same as you'd expect. You can also do the brightness. If you press control and brightness on here, then you can do the brightness of the monitor. And then if you just take the control button off, and you just use the brightness, it'll just do the monitor. So you can't do the two at the same time, but if you press control, then you can do that. So it's got all of the functionality you expect. It does volume. It's got its own speakers in there, which is sick. And yeah, it just works. So, you know, I can go between the two monitors now. I can then obviously unplug this if I just want to go obviously on my MacBook rather than using the screen. And then this then can plug directly into here, and then it can be that. And then this is what I wanted. This cable then can also just plug into my work laptop, and then likewise that will come off my work laptop. So I am trying to do some bits and bobs here with this. I need another screen for one, because previously on my work monitor setup I have 3. I don't really use that one though, so I can get away with 2. But the long-term plan is to get a Apple Studio display, which will be my main display, so replace that one. And then this one I'm going to put in portrait mode, so it'll be like that one over there, because I like having a monitor for that. I look at a lot of documents with work and all of that, and it's also really good for when I'm filming videos, actually, because I filmed quite a few here, and I've put like my letterbox there, you know, the long list. You can basically see the entire letterbox page for when I'm filming movies or James videos. So actually works really well, and I'm going to do that with these two, but then it'll just be plug one cable in, they will just work and all of that. A few little things I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, webcam, how that's going to work, but I think the webcam in the studio display will work. Getting hold of a studio display is another thing as well, because the nearest one is like a 9-hour drive to Aberdeen. Yeah, I want to buy it from CEX because price, 5-year warranty, and yeah, but they just don't ship them. You have to go to the store, so I'm very much relying on a store that, I guess, close by, so that I haven't got to, you know, drive 9 hours or whatever. So there's a lot going on there. And then, as I said earlier, I'm also debating this MacBook as well, because the MacBook itself doesn't have enough storage for me every other day. Literally, I edited 2 videos yesterday and my entire library filled up with rendering files and all of that. So rendering files, what's the other one? Thumbnail media files. Like Final Cut has this thing where, you know, it has like a lot of processing files that it saves down, but it can save, like, your library can end up being like 500-600 gigabytes in size. And that's even without like copying the media files. Anyway, without getting too technical, basically, I want a laptop that's got double the storage of this one, so I haven't got to do that as much, because it's also it's way more beneficial for me to edit on the MacBook than it is on an SSD, which I was doing previously, which I was using this one. I was using this previously. The speeds of this drive are a lot slower than what's in here, because Apple use really good SSDs. So I want to use what I pay for, basically. So that's the plan. That is what I'm aiming to do. Potentially changing this laptop, but we'll see what's going to happen there. Performance wise, processor wise, everything is fine. Battery is not great, but it's a 14-inch, so the battery. So yeah, debating many things, but we'll see what happens. Now that I'm gonna go get some lunch, as I say, I'm on my lunch, so I need to get some food. But we're gonna wait a little while because the Mac Mini needs a keyboard, so I can't set that up until the keyboard comes. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit when that keyboard is here. All right then, here it is. I've got it. Keyboard has arrived. 1:15. It's not too bad. We're gonna get into this though. Bought this on eBay. I've literally had this before. It's a used keyboard. I've had it before. Really good quality. All of that stuff. Packaged really well. Yeah, I've had this keyboard before. It's a Mac keyboard, but it allows me to switch between devices. So I can just say, go to Bluetooth 1, which could be my MacBook. Go to Bluetooth 2, which could be my Mac Mini. And then number 3 could be the work laptop. So, and as I say, that's what I'm trying to do with this setup. I'm trying to make this setup really user-friendly from the point of view of being able to not just do multiple systems on the same OS, but multiple OSs, which is difficult and challenging to do. When you I work on Windows, I play on Mac, I guess. Really packaged really well, I've got to be honest. It doesn't probably need to be this over packaged in my opinion, but so here it is, comes with a box and everything. I think when I had it before, I don't even think I had the box. So apparently this is used. Of course, I bought it from like a Cash Converters. I think it was called Cash Converters on eBay actually. But as I say, I don't really mind buying things like this. These are like things that they don't really make anymore. So yeah, all packaged up really well. I mean, to be honest, I think this is done in the factory. I think it is new. There's not a mark on here at all. You can see here, it's still got the wrapper thing on it. Yeah, I mean, it's been open for the photos, but if I just look in the light, yeah, there's no like oils on there or anything. It is new. Look at that. Oh, what a bargain. I absolutely love getting a bargain. Yeah, and this cable as well. This is the only negative to this. This is obviously quite a dated thing. And it charges via micro USB. So quite dated in terms of micro USB, but everyone's moving to like USB-C and all that. And stuff like this doesn't really bother me in terms of cables, because cables are cables. Yeah, it's more convenient to have all USB-C or all whatever, but I'm not going to change something that's perfectly working fine just for this. Like, at the end of the day, we're in a like recycling point of view. It's not very efficient of me to go and buy another one of these, not just financially, but even just technology wise. Like, yeah. And I think that's where you can see the level of like money people have to just, I don't want to say waste, but it is a waste. It's like the AirPods Max. Like, they are like £500 headphones. They change the colours and they add USB-C, and then people change them. And it's like, unless your previous AirPods Max were broken or on their way out, or the battery wasn't good, or there's a reason why those are not really getting used anymore and they're not going to be sold as an A-grade product, they could be a C-grade product. That makes sense. But so anyways, I'm going to plug in the MacBook Pro. I'm going to do the MacBook first, I think, in terms of setting this keyboard up. One thing I will do though is I will just put it on charge as well, just to give it like 100% charge, you know. So here is the keyboard itself, as you can see, and it's got the Bluetooth things that are flashing there. So I'm going to make the MacBook number 2. So press number 2, and now what it's doing is it's pairing to number 2. So on the MacBook, if we just go to the Bluetooth settings, it should find the keyboard. There it is. Connect to the keyboard. Here we go. This is still flashing. Now it's not. Your unknown device cannot be identified until it's identified. Okay, continue. Identify the keyboard. So I just got to press the key next to that. So press that. There we go. And it is an ISO Macintosh keyboard. Yep, that's in. Boom, done, connected to Logitech K811. There we go. So the beauty of this now is I've got the brightness controls, which are actually working on the screen without pressing control. If I'm down here and I press the brightness controls, if I press control, so control actually on this one is the other way around. It's reducing the brightness on the MacBook screen, whereas on the actual screen. But a lot of the times with this setup now, I'm going to be using this in more of a clamshell mode. If I actually turn on the trackpad as well now, already connected this, so this should work. Yep, perfect. Push the MacBook down. And now I have a desktop MacBook with a keyboard and mouse, which actually does the brightness settings and everything. So I've got this keyboard set up now, and I'm on number 2 at the moment, which you can see there is now connected to the MacBook. They're connected. But now if I press number 3, as you can see, it's now number 3. And now over here, if I press the command button over here now, it opens up my window. Oh my God. And then likewise, I can just go number 2, boom, number 2, and I'm back over here. Works. Now I just need to set up the Mac Mini because I haven't turned that on yet. Okay, so a bit of time has passed now. I'm actually sat here. I've just set up the Mac Mini, basically. It is all working, and I've set up everything that I need to do on here for now, I believe. So yeah, I've set up everything that I want to do on here in the immediate anyways, and all of that. So really pleased to get the Mac Mini in. It is like a piece of tech that is, I think, revolutionary, to be honest, you know, in terms of a small PC. It's the first time I've ever had a Mac Mini, but having a small PC the size of this box, well, it's not even this box, that big, is wild to me. That we're in a point in technology that we can have a box that's this size and have the amount of power that's in this box. Because let's be real, this Mac Mini is probably more powerful than my 3-4-year-old MacBook Pro at the moment, this one. So we're in a point in technology where Apple's chips are just insane in terms of what they offer. And if you buy a MacBook Pro from 2021, like this one is, you don't need to upgrade this year. Like, this one doesn't need to be upgraded. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is a time in life where you can have a MacBook for 3, 4, 5, 6 years even, I reckon. And you're really going to be dictated by software support when Apple decides, we're not going to do updates for the M1 anymore. We're just going to do M2 onwards. So then it'll make everyone with M1 think, I need to upgrade now because I'm not getting a new security updates and stuff. And that's good and bad in some ways, because you don't want that kind of power, I guess, to be within Apple. But then you can't really measure it because, as I say, Apple can do what they want in that sense. They can. It's up to them. And there's been loads of inquests about that, especially like the EU have put loads of things together about Apple and putting in upgrades when they see fit, basically, and whatnot. But anyhow, that's a story for another day. It's a bigger topic. It's not this video. But I've got my Mac Mini now. I'm very pleased with it, as I said, and it is in the office. So happy Mac Mini Day to anyone that's had a new Mac Mini, new MacBook Pro, anything. iMacs came out today as well, I believe. But I'm really pleased. I'm continuing building this modular system to merge these two together so that I can just plug my work laptop in and bang, I'm using the same screens that I'm using when I'm editing my videos and whatnot. So amazing, awesome stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, this vlog. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon in the life of James. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.